Does your insurance company owe you interest on late payments? All right, I got a crazy one for you. In the state of Florida, right after Hurricane Ian, the insurance companies made a law. The law said, hey, look, you cannot get your attorney's fees paid for anymore, but we're gonna codify a law where an insurance company actually owes you interest when there's a late payment. This is to prevent the bad behavior that became sort of a national spotlight. That bad behavior was, we're making a claim payment, but it's so grossly low that it's nowhere near what it actually takes to get something done. So if an insurance company does do that, they then have to pay you interest, a daily amount of interest based on these supplemental payments. So in my case, the story just goes as this. It was a fire loss. The insurance company came out and made a payment. They gave it the old college try, you would say, right? They paid a lot of money. In fact, they paid $250,000 or so in this case. The consumer and the contractor thought, this isn't quite right, let's get Gold Star Public Adjusters involved. I got involved, I helped work with the contractor. They develop a scope of work and the amount of the loss. Insurance company disagrees with us. The disagreement goes on for a long period of time. In fact, it was, 6, 8, 9 months. It was a long time. Cut to, we get an agreement. The insurance company has to make a payment based off this. Essentially what it was an extra $120,000 that the insurance company had to pay as a result of proving to them what they owed us. As soon as it became known what it was that they were gonna pay us, I sent them a message and said, hey, what about the interest you owed? 10 days later, I sent another message. What about the interest that you owe? They then respond to me and say, we don't owe you anything. We adjusted the claim correctly. This is just a supplemental payment. So I then say, do you agree it's a supplemental payment? The supplemental word's key. It's a key in the phrase of the statute. Any supplemental payment beyond 60 days in the state of Florida, they now owe interest on. It took me 6 times giving them this information and even citing the statute, doing the math, calculating the interest that they owed this family. Each and every time they denied our request and said they were wholly right in their position to deny this request. At that point, we couldn't accept it. I knew they were wrong. It was so black and white. I worked with the client. We helped them draft a letter. The letter went to 4 different agencies all on the same day. One was Department of Financial Services, the other one was Tasha Carter Consumer Advocate's office, and the last one was a senator. Well, when we sent the message to the senator, we were pretty positive that this senator voted on the very statute that I was reciting to the insurance company back in 2022. And we asked them, is this the way that you think insurance companies should respond to this type of behavior? As a result of Senator Yarborough's work, this family ended up with the $11,000 interest payment that they were actually owed. We now have a letter where the state and the insurance company agree that they were wrong and they misinterpreted this statute.